Hello and welcome to your favorite talk show, Bahrain Now, with me, Lara Sam'an. We've got a lot lined up for you with many talents, initiatives and events from around Bahrain. All this and more on Bahrain Now. Stay tuned. Planting is a therapeutic hobby which many people practice in their homes on this island of Bahrain. Apart from the beautiful atmosphere those plants add to your home, they also have great benefits to your surrounding environment. Let's learn on how to grow a plant in your house with Charmaine, plant enthusiast and expert. Hello Charmaine.
Hi Lara.
So tell us, how did your passion for plants start?
Well, it's a very interesting story actually. Growing up in a tropical country, I've been surrounded by nature and a lot of greenery. And my mom, being like a person with a green thumb, she had a lot of ornamental plants, both indoors and outdoors. I remember she had a beautiful orchid collection, and we had fruit-bearing trees in the backyard, even vegetables. But that's not the reason why I started.
Okay, but you were surrounded by it your whole life.
It's just an inspiration, yes, but I never imagined that I'm going to take care of plants myself, like getting my hands dirty. I'm actually so scared. I get intimidated by the soil. But back in the year of 2019, at the latter part of the year before COVID hit Bahrain, I moved to a new apartment.
Okay.
And after furnishing the whole space, I noticed a corner. So that corner changed my life. So that corner, I said, it needed something.
So you thought of a plant?
Yes, so I thought of a plant, and the first plant that I've ever acquired is a fiddly fig. And this plant, by the way, is one of the most difficult plants.
Yeah, I was just going to say, I feel like it was really hard. That sounded hard.
Yeah, so it's not a good call. So purely my first or initial reason of having plants is for aesthetic purpose, for interior design.
Yeah. So
that's when it started.
Okay, can I ask a question? Did that plant actually survive since it was the first plant?
That's why it's an interesting story. True enough, because the fiddly fig is a hard plant.
So I'm guessing it didn't really. It's okay, it was your first time.
It said goodbye after a few months.
Okay.
But it didn't stop me from collecting plants. Actually, gave me the motivation to try another maybe plant from another plant species. My next plant was a monstera.
Okay.
And then so on and so forth. And now I have
a load of collection.
I cannot count.
So it's all thanks to that one plant that didn't live, but it's okay. It pushed you to do it more.
Yes.
Okay, and why do you think the plant hobby has become so big in Bahrain at the moment?
The plant trend, I always tell my friends, is one of the best trends ever that we plant parents have succumbed in. We have fashion trend, we have technology trend.
And this is the plant trend.
This is the plant trend, and it doesn't only give you a self-gratification, like you buy a plant and you become happy and that's it. You need to follow through.
Yeah.
So it's a process, and unconsciously, you are actually contributing to the preservation of the environment.
Yes, of course, because you're growing more plants and it helps with the oxygen and breathing and whatnot.
And there are a lot of lessons in life that you can learn when you take care of plants. You take responsibility.
Yeah.
And you also need to be patient. And the best lesson that I have learned is that you can find happiness or joy in simple things.
Of course, especially which is a simple thing like a plant. Yes. And can you share with us your care tips on plants?
Oh, caring for plants is a complete process. So don't be like me, not thinking of what to take care. So if you're a beginner,
which would be me.
Yes, so this is a very good care tip for you, or consideration for you before jumping into the bandwagon. So there are two primary points that you need to consider. First is the environment, the space that you're going to put the plant, and then time. You were just talking about that a while ago.
I was going to say, don't you need to have a bit of time to take care of the plant?
Yes, it requires time. That's why you have to evaluate your lifestyle and see where or when you can inject plant care.
Yeah.
So after these two primary points, and you can decide what plant to choose. So once you have decided the plant to choose, you go to the nursery shop and buy the plant. And when you're buying a plant, just make sure that you are buying a healthy plant.
Okay.
You might have this extreme discount on plan, like 50%
Set
off.
off. Here you go.
Okay, I'm just gonna grab all this.
That's usually what happens when you go,
Yes.
yes, I will give you this for 50%. You're like, okay, let me take this plant.
99%, the plant has been there forever, and it
And it hasn't left.
They just want to get rid of it.
Yeah.
So just imagine how long the soil or the plant is soaking to that soil that you don't know what it is, and bugs and pests that it may have.
Yeah.
So you need to scrutinize literally the plant when you are buying it, and then when you reach the house, so this is where I'm here, you can wash off any pests or bugs from the leaves and avoiding the soil not to be soaked wet.
Okay.
So you can cover it with plastic like this and then wash
it off. And of course, you recommend that anytime we buy a plant from anywhere.
That's each and every time you buy a new plant. So if you have existing plants at home, do not combine the new plants to your existing plant.
You don't combine them at all?
No, not yet. You put the new plants in quarantine, we call it, yes, in a separate area, so that you can observe in this duration of the quarantine if there's any pest buildups or anything, and so that we can avoid the pests or whatever problem that new plants have to transfer to your existing plants.
Okay, so they don't ruin that plant as well.
And then you also need to consider when to repot that new plant. Ideally, we would want to change the soil, the nursery soil, because we don't know the components of that, and the very important factor of growing a plant is the soil mix.
Of course, you have to make it stay alive.
Yes, we have to have a well-draining soil. You can combine, my go-to is regular soil, perlite, and bark. So it would give the soil a bit of air, and the water will drain well, so it will not be, you can avoid root rot.
Okay, amazing. And what would you say, what are the symptoms of a problematic plant, and how can we save this problematic plant?
Actually, I have learned in this journey that I think experience is the best teacher, because you can go online and check plant care or
how to take care of a plant,
but you would learn from your own experience. So you have yellowing of the leaves, and you also have browning of the leaves. You can also look for webs, so it means that there might be spider mites in it. Oh my gosh. And the very common and very obvious is the droopy leaves. Okay. And I've had that problem in some of my plants. The best example is that Monstera cutting over there. That cutting is from the mother plant by Monstera, Deliciosa. And one time I just noticed that the leaves are droopy. So what I did, I chopped off the whole plant. Okay. But when you're chopping the plant, or
you have to chop in a specific way as well.
Exactly. Oh, you have an idea.
Okay, I guess because how we chop our hair, so I thought maybe it's a way to help it grow.
That's true. That's actually it. Yeah, it's called pruning in plants. So if you cut through the nodes of a Monstera, then put it in water, it would just grow roots eventually, and see it's successful. So I have successfully saved my Monstera by doing that. And I also had one problematic plant. I just bought it from a plant shop, a local plant shop, and after 2 days, most of the leaves turned yellow. Completely. So what I did was I removed the bad soil and washed off the old soil, and put the roots in new soil, and then it's just
so it's just about trying which way you can do it. Maybe it's the soil, maybe it's about cutting, maybe it's so every plant of course has a different way of taking care of it.
Exactly.
Okay, and could you tell us any tips of how to style a plant at home or in an office, something you would recommend?
Yes, I'm doing it at home. As I've told you, my first reason why I put plants, because I love interior design, and I actually want to combine plants with interior design. So there are many reasons, especially if your collection is growing and you are clueless where to put the plants already. So if your space is already crowded with plants, you can do it vertically. So you can use shelves, wall shelves, or like a regular shelf. I'm using something like from IKEA, and I put the plants there. You can, if you have a corner, you can do a high floor plant, And you can, if you want a boho look, you can use rattan or more organic.
Yeah, more organic
pots,
looking.
like seagrass and all.
I love the high plants. I find they make any room look beautiful.
Me too. If you are more of the minimalistic design, then you can just have one big plant that you can, be a highlight.
Okay, can you tell me what's your least favorite plant and most favorite plant?
Oh, okay. For sure, the least favorite plant is the ones that I have not been successful with. So, I don't understand syngoniums.
Okay.
I don't know if you're aware of it.
I'm not aware of it. That's why you said the name. I'm like thinking, yes, okay, I know the plant.
I tried so many times, but I wasn't successful, so that's it. I'm not going to try again. And I know that calatheas are beautiful, but they require more time, and I don't have that time. I'm a mom of 2, 3, including my husband. I have 8 cats now, as I've said. I'm working, so
yeah, there's no time.
There is no time for dramatic plants.
Yeah.
But I am really admiring those people. I have, friends in the community that I really admire because they can really take care of calatheas. So yeah, that's my least favorite. But my most favorite, of course, is the monstera. But aside from the monstera, because it's everyone's favorite.
I was going to say that's everybody's favorite.
Everyone's
I've heard this
favorite.
before. This is everybody's favorite.
Yeah. Because it's beautiful and it's easy, and
can
the
keep in your
leaves,
house.
the fenestrations, it's just gorgeous. But I have recently discovered that philodendrons are beautiful as well, and they're very easy. There are a lot of varieties of this plant.
Do you have it at home?
I have a lot of philodendrons.
Oh, okay.
So these
okay,
two
so you have
are
it.
philodendrons.
Okay.
If you can see, this plant has a velvety touch in it
it shows
well.
it has a velvety touch, and the other one has a bit of a
yeah, this is a heart leaf.
Yeah.
So it's like a heart leaf.
But it doesn't
shape.
have a velvety touch.
No,
does
no,
it? It doesn't. Okay.
And you have philodendron plants with leaves that are, the shape is really wow, but I cannot bring it. It's just too big to bring here. So yeah, at the moment, philodendrons are my
favorite. Are your complete favorite?
Complete favorite, because you cannot imagine, this particular plant is in my office. In my office, there's no sunlight. It's just artificial light like this.
And it's still living.
It's good.
Amazing,
Yeah.
amazing. Is there anything else you'd like to add before we end the segment today?
Yes. I think that when you are entering the plant, hobby, you get overwhelmed with a lot of information online, and you feel like you have to do everything that
they
you
say.
see.
Yeah.
And then it will just intimidate you. So have a basic process and always stick to the basic. My mom is a living proof of that. She uses organic fertilizers, like rice water and banana peel water.
And it all works.
And not using any chemicals, and her plants are thriving. So just stick to the basic. And another point that I want to stress out is plants should supposed to relieve your stress.
So you should give you more stress.
So if caring for plants would stress you, so it's not going to the right direction. So yeah, that's it.
Thank you, Charmaine. Hopefully I will be able to take care of a plant one day. Hopefully.
Yes,
Hopefully.
I told you
I will listen to your
leave these plants for you.
I'll listen to how you said the basic needs and try to make it less stressful for me and not more stressful. Thank you, Charmaine.
I'm looking forward to it.
Thank you for being with us. Stay tuned. We'll be right back. Welcome back. Moments by Raqayya is a shining example of passion for art. Raqayya will be showing us her unique passion of sculptures and how it is vibrant and colorful, how she started and how the social media helped her to continue to grow and experience such fun and luxurious food designs. Welcome to Raqayya and welcome to our studio today.
Hi.
So tell us, how were you introduced to your passion for baking and how did it all start?
At the beginning, on this pandemic, I had a big gap on my time and life. Maybe that's why I discovered my hidden talents. I didn't know that I will be creative on this extent.
So it all started in the pandemic?
Yes.
Okay, amazing. So technically only 2 years ago?
Yes. Since I am a mother of 3 children, I started preparing a cute baked cakes and sandwiches. I was so happy to see the happiness on my daughter's face.
Of course, if I got excited about the sculptures, I'm sure the younger children get more excited.
From my experience, I believe that the shape of the food is very important, especially for the kids. It attracts them to eat, and it attracts them to in a wonderful way, and encourage them
to eat something better.
Yes,
of course, if you make a sandwich in the shape of a star that has something healthy inside,
yes,
they want to eat it.
Yes.
If you just give them a normal sandwich, they're like, I don't want
yes.
this. Yeah.
That's why I started from here, and my closest story with preparing the food, it's started from here.
Just started. Technically,
way.
it started just from you being at home, and it's like, okay,
yes.
let me think of creative ways.
Yes.
And how does social media impact your business?
My family and my friends, I got a lot of positive comments from there, and I aspired my talent on social media, and the people interact with me, and
I'm sure a lot of people, when they saw the sculptures, are like, okay, what is this? Do people order from you, or do they get inspired by your sculptures?
This one, which led me to
create more.
Creative more, yes, and I continue with this field.
Okay, amazing. So it literally just started, and then it's like, okay, social media helped as well and made you want to do it more. And do your kids like doing it with you?
So much.
Yeah.
They also every day, Mommy, thank you for this cupcakes, cute cupcakes. I like the characters. I like the what you do for the lunchbox.
Yeah, you do something more creative for them. It
yes.
helps them, again, like you said in the beginning, it helps them want to eat more things because you do it creatively.
Yes.
Who and what would you say are the people that support you in continuing following your passion?
When I got many positive feedbacks from my family and friends, and after all this love and encouragement from the people, I decided to inspire
more people.
Yes.
Yeah, you inspired me as well.
Especially mothers.
Yeah.
Because they want ideas for lunch boxes, and they want something to encourage their children to eat.
Correct. I agree with that. I would be one of those people, even though I'm not a child. I see something cute, I'm like, oh, I want to eat this. I want to eat this.
And so my family and the people on social media, I got a lot of positive comments from the people. That's
the most that pushed you to do it.
Yes.
Yeah. And of course your children. Of course. I'm sure your children were
the
like,
first
yes, Mama,
children.
do it more,
yes,
do it
yes.
more. And can you tell us, Raqaya, what are your future plans? What are you planning to do?
My future plan, I aspire for my own shop.
Hopefully one day. And then you can teach us how to make sculptures
as well. For baking and cute and unique shape. And continue and discover
something different.
Yes.
Yeah. Of course, if you do that in the future, hopefully, I will be one of the people, as I want to learn how to make sculptures.
Inshallah.
But I'm sure it takes a lot of time as well.
Yes. It's taking too much time. Maybe for this one the most, maybe 1 hour or 45 minutes.
Okay, I actually thought it would be much more time. To
yes.
be honest, I thought it would be much more time.
Yeah, this one we can put it on the cakes, and also the lunchbox. I use them for sandwich, the cheese, and for the mouth, the carrots.
Yeah, I love how you've done it. It makes it. I'm telling you, if I was a child, I open my lunchbox and I see this, and I'm like, oh wow, I would eat everything because it looks
yes.
so nice to eat.
Yes, mashallah. My daughters
all eat everything.
Yes, especially the picky eater. Okay. My daughter, she's picky eater. The picky eater is difficult to eat anything.
That's correct.
Yeah.
I agree with that. That's very correct.
So we make يعني beautiful characters to eat.
To make them want to eat.
Yes.
Thank you, Raqayya, and hopefully we will see your baking
you.
studio very soon. And
Thank
I think
you.
I need to start making lunch boxes for myself now at the same. Don't go away. We'll be right back for more. This brings us to the end of today's episode of Bahrain Now. You can reach us on our social media accounts shown below, and stay tuned for more exciting segments on Bahrain Now. This was Lara Sam'an. Good night and God bless.